Hey there, Shannon Hood here with the Maryland Sea Grant Extension Program and the University of Maryland Center for Environmental Science. And today I'm here to talk with you about opening oysters. So in this video, I'll show you 5 different methods for opening oysters, no shucking knife required. We'll use the oven, the grill, the toaster oven, the freezer, and even your microwave. So let's get started. First up, the oven. So you're gonna preheat the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit and then arrange the oysters cup side down on a baking tray. And when I say cup side down, I'll show you what I mean. So each oyster has kind of a flat side and then a cupped or a dome-shaped side. And when these oysters sit on the baking tray, we want them to sit with that cupped side down so that we don't lose all of the good liquor and the flavor that's in those oysters. So you'll arrange those on a baking tray, and I have this baking tray lined with some coarse salt, and that's just to keep the oysters in this position so that they don't tip over. Again, since they're sitting on that cupped side, they can have a tendency to tip over. So this coarse salt just keeps them in the right position. And you can also use a wire baking rack or some aluminum foil to do the same thing. So once we've got them arranged on the tray, into the oven they go. After about 5 to 7 minutes, you'll be able to pull the oysters out of the oven. And what you're looking for is to see when the oysters have just started to open up. So I'm holding this oyster with a towel because it is hot, but you can see that the top and the bottom shells have separated, and that's exactly what you're looking for. So once they start to open, pull the tray out of the oven. And now you can just use a butter knife to sever the adductor muscle on the top shell, take that top shell off, and then you'll use the butter knife to sever the adductor muscle from the bottom shell as well, and you're ready to go. To use the grill, preheat the grill and get it nice and hot over medium to high heat. And then you'll just go ahead and put the oysters right onto the grill, and you can kind of use the grates of the grill to keep them upright. And then close the lid and let them cook. After a few minutes on the grill, our oysters are ready. They've just started to pop open, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. They're really hot, so just do this carefully. Next up, the toaster oven. I've preheated the toaster oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit and laid out the oysters on a baking tray, again supported by some coarse sea salt. And we'll just put the oysters in the toaster oven and wait until they start to pop open, which again should be 5 to 7 minutes or so. After about 5 minutes in the toaster oven, the oysters have just started to pop open. Now these are hot, so you can let them sit and cool for a second. But I just want to show you. You see they've just popped open and you can see the steam coming out. So once you let them sit and cool for a second, you can go ahead and just pry the top shell off and then separate the meat from the bottom shell as well. For the freezer method, you're gonna put the oysters in a freezer safe dish, again, cup side down. Then you're just gonna pop them in the freezer and we'll leave them there overnight. In the morning, you'll take the oysters out of the freezer and then you're just gonna set them on the counter to thaw. For our last method, we'll try the microwave. So this one's new to me as well, so we'll see what happens here. I've got the oysters in a microwave safe dish and I'm just gonna put them in the microwave. I'm gonna set them in here for 3 minutes and we'll see if that's enough. After 48 seconds in the microwave, I heard a pop and I see that the oyster shells have separated. So 3 minutes was too long. Maybe set your microwave for a minute and then just listen to see when they're ready. So there you have it. 5 ways you can open oysters at home, no shucking knife required. Check out the other videos in this series for some recipe ideas or tell us what's your favorite recipe. When you finish eating, make sure to recycle the oyster shells at your local shell recycling center. And thanks for tuning in. Enjoy!